Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and these are the two Knipex long reach needle nose pliers. Difference is the bent tip on one, straight tip on the other. The numbers for the straight one is the 2871 280 for 280 millimeters long, and the bent tip is the 2881. So the 71 and the 81. Now, once you get a pair of like long needle nose pliers in your hands, I mean, it's just a great experience for doing, some intricate work at a distance. I've had others. Here's a Crescent. This guy here has got the double articulation. They do that so you can have a smaller work area and still get some expansion. Because if you have bigger handles, it starts to stretch out pretty quick, and that might compromise your ability to reach in far enough or around whatever. There are a couple of differences here compared to the snap-on. These are forged. As you can see in the design, there's seams on the edges. The new snap-ons all seem to be laser cut. And weigh in on the comments if you think that's a good idea or not. So a lot of things are now flat metal. You can see thicker flat metal, not quite as polished as some of the others. And I've noticed the new version of this when I was on the truck is actually also laser cut now versus forged like this. I guess I like the feel of the forged. But these are forged here, finished up nicely, beautiful. Now a couple of the differences. First of all, the blades or the jaws here have some accessories built in, as you can see. In fact, you can even get this thing wide enough to grab a fairly good sized nut, and because it's down near the pivot, you're probably not going to risk damaging or compromising the closure of the tips of the blades, which are critical with a pair of needle nose. But you can actually get it pretty wide. Of course, you've got to have a big enough hand in order to hold on to it to do something, because these are designed more to work within that hand space here. Now you can, if you notice, get down pretty close that my finger will get stuck in there. On the snap-ons, same thing, but I usually, because of the bend of the handle, I usually keep my finger a little lower. And these Knipex can also easily grab a hold of something round like a screw. If you need to get a screw started or a screw broken loose or something, if you're using some real low profile ratchet. And these straight jaws here, even if they have a little bit of grip, tend to wobble around. They're hard to keep any kind of a solid grasp on round objects. If I go to something that's smooth, I've got some some circular cuts or arced cuts in here that easily grab and maintain that, not only with a solid purchase on the curved surface, but also keep it from wobbling. There's no wobble there, where if you throw that into something like this, there's nothing I can do to hold that tight enough. I can easily wobble it, even when I'm springing these handles. That's just what they do. These also, if you notice where the pivot is, they have quite a bit of leverage. That's not necessarily that design. It's to get into your workspace and be able to do what needs doing in there. Others, you can move the pivot down. You can even move it way down and have really long jaws on them. Here's another version where you've got really long handles and short jaws. But that's its primary workspace, is moving out about 1/4 inch, and that's all. Of course, the pistol grip ones, you do get quite a bit of length. Very similar issues, though, with the jaw. But anyway, these two, they sell for in the 30s to upwards of $40 a piece. I have seen them in pairs for about $70. I think that's a screaming deal. They feel great in the hand. I did notice when they arrived, they were a little rough. There was texture here, so I used a Scotch-Brite pad and just kind of smoothed it out. So they're really nice. Beautiful feel. Again, that great Knipex German quality. Perfect alignment. Just absolutely beautiful in a great form factor. Wonderfully useful tool, which you get I don't know. I had these, so I got the bent nose and the long, and once I got a pair, I thought, I'm getting the other one. This is just too nice, and these added accessories within the jaws just really make this thing the one that I grab. This one has a little bit finer tip. You can see that it's not much, but it's there. The way you can grab things compared to this. Overall, get them both. I mean, good grief. This kind of quality, this kind of handiness, these are those tools that, if you get the right job, the tool pays for itself in one use. Anyway, those are the Knipex 28 pliers, or long nose pliers, 280 millimeters. The 81 is the bent, and the 71 is the straight. And with that, Doc out.